How to Create Wealth Investing in Real Estate is a book that I have recently revisited for the second time, so I figured I would give you a comprehensive review on my experience reading Grant Cardone's How to Create Wealth and Investing in Real Estate, so you don't have to. I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, what I like, what I don't like, what kind of made me laugh, and who I really think this book is for. Make me a deal. If you get any value out of today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. Before we go any further, I got to tell you about our good friends at Webull, who are going to offer you a major sign-up bonus. That's right, a sponsor that you're hearing on YouTube that pays you to sign up instead of the other way around. Webull is completely free. It is one of the #1 stock brokerages on the planet. I have been using it for well over 4 years, and they are literally paying you to sign up for their free platform. First of all, you should have Webull and start investing anyway. And now that they're paying you with 5 free stocks valued all the way up to $9,000 plus $5 worth of free crypto, you have no excuse not to get started. They're literally paying you to use their platform. Commission-free trading, there's no subscriptions, it's a free app, everything about it is free, which is why I don't know why they're paying everybody so much money to sign up, but that is why I work with them instead of anybody else. So if you would like 5 free stocks plus $5 worth of free crypto, all you gotta do is click the link in my description, download Webull, open an account, and deposit as little as 1 cent. That unlocks all of your free stocks and rewards. Then you can cash them back out for money. Like I said, I read this book twice, and I just finished it for the second time, I think a day or two ago, and it only took me about 3 days to read. It's a pretty short book, pretty thin, and we're gonna talk about how it's got giant font, large spacing on small pages, and you'll just absolutely blast through it. But let's talk about what originally got me into buying this book. Now, I saw an ad of Grant Cardone selling this book. And at the time, I knew who Grant Cardone was. You know, whether you like him or not, I wasn't a huge fan of him personally, like as a person, but sometimes I liked what he had to say about apartment investing. Sometimes he'd go off his rocker and say some wild things that I didn't necessarily agree with, but I do like his approach to apartment investing. So I was like, okay, you know, I was thinking about buying a book from Grant Cardone anyway, because even though he's kind of out there, he's kind of crazy sometimes, he does kind of know what he's talking about, you know, no one can deny that. So I figured I might as well learn real estate from the real estate master, because as much as single family home sounds fun, I'm really interested in apartment, you know, residential multifamily housing units. So his ad said, I will give you this book for absolutely free. And of course, I know this whole, not a scam, but I know this whole ruse. Basically, you add it to your cart, you say, hey, I'm getting a free book, and then you got to pay for your shipping. You know, a free book just covers shipping, and the shipping's $15, which probably costs more than this book's worth anyway, considering most books I read these days are about anywhere from $8 to $12, whatever. I bought the book anyway because I was curious about it. I wanted to learn about investing in real estate, and I wanted to learn about investing in real estate from Grant Cardone. So the first time I read this was a few years ago when I was roughly a beginner. I was not by any means new to the concept of apartment complex investing. I knew how it worked. I knew that that's exactly what I wanted to pursue in the future. So I wasn't a complete newbie, but this was one of the first, I don't know, like probably after a year of me kind of researching and being into it, this was the first book I had read on it. Fast forward a few years, I'm much more knowledgeable about investing in real estate. I don't own any complexes. I don't own any real estate personally. I've just done, you know, consistent research every single day because I'm preparing to make my first large purchase. So that's why I decided to revisit this book. With my new perspective, newfound knowledge, I was like, hey, I wonder if what I believe in and understand now still lines up with what I've learned here, because if I say something that he doesn't agree with, maybe I should look into it and change my ways, because of course, this guy knows a lot more than I do. So here was my experience. I read it over the course of only 3 days, and that was only reading for like 30 minutes at a time. It's extremely simple. The font is very large. The spacing is very large, and it just almost reads kind of like a kid's book. It's very simple. The words are not complex. It's just straight to the point, which I do appreciate, and very basic in concept. This seems more like a beginner's guide to investing in real estate, investing in apartment complex real estate. This is pretty much step 1, the first thing you're ever gonna read or learn about when it comes to apartment complex investing. This is pretty much it. Anyway, the spacing in this book is very, very interesting. Let me see if I can just flip through and find an example, because there are lots and lots of periods throughout this book that actually have Like there will be an entire paragraph where none of the words have spacing between them. It's just one giant jumble. Now I'm trying to flip through and find something real quick. But yeah, I mean, literally all the words for like 2 paragraphs at a time sometimes will be one giant mumble. It's really, really, really hard to read in certain areas for such a simple book. I should have highlighted it because when I was reading through it the second time, I really picked up on it. And it was literally making me laugh at how weirdly formatted this book was. And not to mention, I've noticed a handful of grammar mistakes as well. So to me, this book just seems kind of thrown together and not really thought out much. Okay, so I spent like 60 seconds brushing through it and I couldn't find anything for an intermediate example. I really wanted to find one because it is extremely noticeable and had me scratching my head. But I actually have someone coming, a partner, to film a video for another channel we have. So I gotta wrap this video up. But it's extremely noticeable. So if you pick this book up for yourself, it's almost worth picking up just to see the grammatical errors and these weird spacing issues. I would literally go from reading like this to transitioning, confused, what? And then going back and I'm just like, so yeah, like I said, it feels obviously rushed, almost incomplete because it did not go very in depth at all, which maybe that was his goal, but it's a small book and he had a lot more room to go. So here is my main gripe with this book. To be honest, in my personal opinion, this feels like one giant sales pitch for you to give everything you have to him in his real estate fund that he started called Cardone Capital. He mentioned this as much as he mentioned anything else, and it's absolutely ridiculous how much he is pushing you to give everything you have to him in his real estate fund. So it's called Cardone Capital, and basically he's saying, hey, real estate will make you all millionaires, but it's very expensive to start, as you need more than probably $250,000 if you want to buy your first $1 million deal. $250,000 down, buy $1 million deal. But you don't want to buy $1 million deal because if you buy small deals, they will not make you any money. You want 38 units and up, and that's could cost anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 to $50 million if you're buying a good location. And he doesn't say buy low, sell high. He says buy high, sell high. So sometimes you might need $5-10 million just to get your hands on a good investment. And he's like, yeah, this is easy. It'll make you rich. But hey, that's a lot of money. So instead of you doing that, you give me everything you have and I'll invest it for you. Now, this isn't investing in physical property. It's almost like investing in a REIT. So you're really not getting the tax advantages or any of that. And even a part in his book when he was talking about how much you should give him, he said that some guy asked him the same question. How much should I give you, Grant? How much should I invest with Cardone Capital? And Grant's response was every penny you have, which in turn is asking you to invest every penny you have into him with his fund. Now, I'm not hating against the fund. Maybe it's legit. I'm sure it's legit. I don't know the legitimacy of the returns for the investors. He's promising 15% of your money like clockwork and more. So, I can't verify that. I'm not investing into it myself. I probably never will, and I won't look into it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing specifically. I'm just saying, I bought a book because I want to learn how to create wealth investing in real estate. Now, it's kind of a broad term, but we all know he's talking about apartment complex investing because he openly says that's the only investing he does. He says he doesn't even worry about stocks or anything like that. He doesn't put his money into anything that isn't residential apartment complex real estate. So it's kind of interesting that he's asking you to give everything you have into something that isn't technically the same as investing in multifamily homes. Regardless, it's kind of annoying that he pitched that so much and asked you to give so much money into it. But other than that, if you are a complete beginner to the concept of apartment complex investing, this could actually be a pretty good book. And the second time over, I skipped all the sections about Cardone Capital. He's even got an entire chapter about it. I just skipped over it, not interested. I want to learn how to invest in apartment complexes, not how to give you all my money for you to do it for me, and I don't receive any of the benefits, and I don't own the deal myself. So not interested in that. If you're not interested in it, but you're still a beginner, I would recommend this book for you. It opens your mind up to the concept and how it works. And it kind of even goes over, well, not kind of, it does go over a lot of the terms used in the industry, a lot of the common terminologies. I do like that. Like it shows you, what NOI means, debt coverage ratio, expense ratio, interest, closing costs, vacancy rate, gross schedule income, all sorts of stuff like that you will need to know. So here's my wrap. It's a book that's rapidly thrown together, not much effort or thought into it. It's a very, very basic and beginner concept. So my thinking behind this is, hey, I need to rack up some sales for Cardone Capital, and this is a good way to generate income anyway with a sleazy sales pitch that says you buy the book for free, just cover shipping. So he's trying to mass produce this, not much thought, not much, revisions, just trying to get it out to raise funds for his investment company and to kind of hide the fact that he's just trying to throw semi-garbage when it comes to quality, at least, the information's all right. But when it comes to quality of the book and the grammatical errors and the spacing, he clearly just said, chuck this garbage out. Let's hook some people on the line for Cardone Capital, reel them in, and kind of mask it behind a book that is How to Create Wealth Investing in Real Estate. So although it could be good if you're a complete beginner, if you're even familiar with the concept, I would go for something a little bit more in depth. I wouldn't get this book personally. One big sales pitch or something you didn't even sign up for. Anyway, folks, I read Grant Cardone's How to Create Wealth Investing in Real Estate book, so you don't have to. If you appreciated this review and you would like me to review other books, because I've read many, let me know down in the comments below which you would like me to check out. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will see you in the next episode.